for this week's video log update. What I want to do is take you out on a ride because I can go ride my bike now. So let's go. Gonna take the big bad boy today and let's pack her up and go over to Palmer Park. We just got to the park and we are going to be heading up over that direction and then out to the point to get an overlook. But these skies are looking awfully threatening. So what I wanted to talk about today is just how life can turn at a moment's notice and how things can change so quickly. And I also wanted to take you for a ride because just 2 weeks ago I wouldn't have been able to do this. So I'm not sure how long I can go. It's starting to rain, but the sun's out, of course. So we'll see how long this holds off or if I'm gonna get soaking wet. Howdy. So I had a fun little crash back there, trying to control the remote, ride, and do some rocks at the same time. As I always tell my grandkids, 2 and 2. 2 hands, 2 feet, always. Here's the big old gnarly tree. Okay, it was just raining at the bottom of this hill. Now we got blue skies. You never know what the next day will bring. As James said, you should say, if the Lord wills, I will live and do this or that. And that seems to be where I'm stuck at right now. Here's the cliffs I took you guys to on a walk when I talked about Heidegger's hammer. That seems like so long ago. It's very interesting that when we're going through stressful times or periods of change, time seems to move so quickly, but then afterwards, it seems like so long ago. My video from over here seems like, God, it was a year or 2 ago, but it was only a couple weeks. It's very interesting how as humans, we perceive and remember time. My thought is if you live in Colorado, you are obligated by God to have a mountain bike and ride it. Well, maybe not here, this is pretty techy. Price for freedom is pretty high. That's Pikes Peak. I was gonna set up a tripod that I've got in my backpack here, but it is starting to thunder and lightning up there, so I won't. But I wanted to give you a quick update. Last Monday and Tuesday I went in the hospital for a series of tests, and my heart is still in rhythm after I think 3 or 4 weeks after having the cardio version. So they said that is a really good sign, and they said I'm now allowed to exercise however I want. Yeah, they probably didn't think of mountain biking from my crash. The second thing I wanted to say is yesterday I got to be the external examiner for a student's PhD thesis at Oxford. She looked at demonology in Luke from a cognitive linguistics perspective, which I chair the committee for. So that was a real pleasure, very sobering, because the decision that we render at that point can change a person's life for decades to come. So I'm very happy to announce that in a few weeks we'll have another PhD in theology in the world, which is a good thing in my book. One of the passages that she discussed is the passage where Luke talks about Jesus sent out his disciples, and he said when they came back, I saw Satan falling from heaven like lightning. And right now, I've gotten a lightning alert on my watch, and we've got a storm coming in, so I'm not going to be up here on this promontory very long. You can imagine Jesus being up on a promontory. He just saw flashes of lightning where these guys were healing people and ministering in his name, and the conflict between God and Satan taking place. I think that metaphor works in a very scary way, because with coronavirus right now, it's a lot like we've got all these people down there and we don't know where this thing is striking. It's a mystery, it's hitting. And in that regard, it hits me really close to home. My grandson was diagnosed with COVID last Thursday, and he had 103 to 104 degree temperature until I think yesterday. But we had one of those experiences where You see it in the news where people go to a hospital or a nursing home or somebody's house and they can't visit the sick person. They have to stay outside and just wave. And that was our experience, just outside Kai's house, waving to him. One last view before I get off this promontory. I'm surprised that there's about 15 other people up here with this storm coming in. I don't think it's very safe. So I'm gonna boogie out of here and I'll film the rest of the video while I'm riding, if you don't mind. In my rush back there on the point, I forgot to mention that the cardio conversion, the electric shock, they've been doing that since 1970. And then the particular ablation where they went into the heart and burned some of the nerves, they've only been doing that for 20 years. And then I carry around an emergency medicine in case my heart goes into an irregular beat, I can take that. And they've had that for 2 years, that particular drug. It really reminds me how I'm very thankful to live at this point in history and in a developed country that has access to these. At the same time, I think I've rung up over $150,000 in medical bills. Once again, I'm very thankful that we have medical insurance. I was watching news last night and Fox had a report where just in the past month and a half, 5 million more American families lost health insurance because of unemployment during COVID. This disease just hits our country in so many ways. It's not even funny. But I'm very, very thankful for all these things. I have a great deal of gratitude that I could get my heart fixed. Now I was going to film most of the video out there on the point, talk to you sitting down, even brought a tripod. But right now it's a race to get in before this storm hits. I don't like being on a bike when it's lightning out. Anyways, I'm about done here. I'll fast forward down to the parking lot. I hope you enjoyed this ride. Okay, I will catch you later.